Item number 1 is any additions or deletions to the agenda? No? Item number 2 is the approval of minutes from the 3/04/2025 public hearing and regular meeting.
I'll make a
In your
motion.
packet.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that is it. We will, is there any comments from the public?
My name's Ben Hall. My wife and I just recently moved to this town. I'm a realtor. So I really just want to try to learn as much as humanly possible and involve myself in the town as much as possible. And that's why I'm
Awesome.
here. I don't have anything to say or contribute. I'm just trying to learn.
Well, welcome. We're excited. You picked a very calm night. Most nights are a little more going on, but tonight is a nice calm night, so.
Mr. Ben, I'm sorry. I know your intent was not to contribute, but because you did contribute, I have to have your address for the record.
Of course, it's 17107 TAC Drive in Hilliard, 32046.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And welcome to Hilliard.
Yes,
Thank you very
we'll look
much.
forward to seeing you at more lively meetings for sure.
And I'm assuming if there's any way to ever volunteer or
Yeah.
contribute in any way, something would be posted.
Yes, we have a very active social media. If you follow that, there's usually a
I
call.
am following that.
Yeah, there is there's an action committee meeting, team that, or,
Hilliard Action Committee.
yeah,
Hack.
And
They meet once a month.
They meet once a month and they'll, things that are coming up, they'll get input and, volunteers and things like that. So it's a,
And are those meetings like posted out front? Like,
I think so.
Yes, they'll be on the sign out front, and they'll be on our website and on our social media. Yes.
All right, so any comments from our board? Mr. Reed, any? Mr. Webb? Ms. Lawson?
No.
Ms. Fry? No comments. Land use administrator?
Of course.
Of course.
And I pre-typed them. This Thursday night is the town council meeting, and the assistant county manager is coming to do a presentation on the Live Local Act. We have some minor familiarity with that. There's a tax implication to that, and so he's coming to present to the council some ideas and benefits, ways the town can make sure we're utilizing that state legislation appropriately. If you'd like to come hear what he has to say, you're welcome to do so, of course. On Thursday, the 10th, that's the workshop that the council has every single month. There's a couple of things on that agenda. It is not a joint workshop. It's not a joint workshop, so you're not required. But I have some information from the Regional Planning Council. They're developing a new program to help smaller municipalities do some long-term vision planning and really involving the community. So I'll be talking to the council about maybe us participating in that program. And also, if you'll remember, a couple months ago, we had a gentleman come during public comment and speak about reducing the lot size potentially in A1 so he could take advantage of estate planning when it comes to homesteading his estate and estate planning. I've met with him a couple times since then, and we're gonna have a chat with the council about that at the workshop and just explain to them, if you're within the boundaries of the municipality, the state constitution allows you to protect a smaller portion of your property than if you're outside of the municipality when it comes to homestead exemptions and death tax type items. And so we're going to have an extended conversation with the council about that and see if they want to make any changes or not.
Would that be like a sweeping change, or is that a one-off that we would have available?
I don't
in the code?
know.
Okay.
I don't know. And that's why we have to take it to the council, because if it's a sweeping change, it would be a massive
Yeah.
change to what we require from A1 all the way down to reduce lot sizes. And I'm not sure the council's going to be for that.
Okay.
But I think they may be for allowing a special exception or
Right.
provision in the code
That's
where
what I'm
people can
thinking.
come specifically with this request and ask.
Yeah.
but I'm not really sure how that would work because it would be creating a significant amount of nonconformities around town. So we have to just talk that through with the council and see if that's something they're ready
And
to
that's
talk to or
reducing
investigate.
the lot size?
Well, if you're within a municipality, so you're familiar with assets and then elder care and things like that, and you may have to sell off assets to pay for elder care. You can protect certain assets in that same sense. You can protect a homesteaded property of half an acre if you live inside the municipal boundaries. You can protect land much bigger than that if you're outside the municipal boundary. So this particular family is trying to do some estate planning, and they want to make sure as they go through that process, the home itself and the land it sits on is protected. They have a larger lot. And right now, the whole property has homestead for tax purposes, but they want to talk about protecting it for the future. So anyway, it's just, we're going to talk it all through with the council and see what, if anything, they're interested in changing as far as land development regulations for the town.
It would be interesting to know how other municipalities of our size handle that.
Yes. So on April 17th, it will be the second town council meeting of this month. It will be a public hearing. They will have the second public hearing for the Holland Walk PUD, which you sent to them as a recommendation a couple months ago. They're also going to be potentially adopting the Greenbrier fair share agreement, where if Greenbrier does all that off-site force main, they can do some cost recovery in the future if other developments connect to it. And then finally, they're ready to adopt that tree mitigation fund that we've talked about for a long time off and on, and the council has to do that as an ordinance because they're adopting a new fund. So we've finally, with the help of Avery and Christian, written out regulations for that, make sure it's good with our code. The council had the first reading of that last month. They'll be doing an adoption reading of that on April 17th.
And this is all in public.
Town council public hearing. 3 ordinances will all have a public hearing.
Okay.
And then finally, Vietnam Voices will happen at the fairgrounds April 17th through 21st. So that's leading up to Easter. And that is when the town of Hilliard is hosting the Traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall. And we're hosting that at the fairgrounds. That's our only space big enough, partnering with the fair and our local VFW organizations and the all the organizations around. Town of Callahan has played a small part. The county has played a part, the police department, the fire department. But the bulk of the work has fallen on Alicia's shoulders and by the town of Hilliard, including the fundraising. And so just make sure you plan to go out and visit the wall and assist in any way you can. If you can give some time to Alicia for volunteer purposes, that's always wonderful. We'll need people to do everything from greeting and helping people get in the doors to passing out water bottles and emptying trash cans. The whole gamut will need to be done over those 4 or 5 days. And they're expecting several thousand school children to come out that Friday. They're designating the school time for field trips. And there are thousands of children to come through for field trips during that time. So I know they'll need some hands. That's it. Was that not enough?
That is quite.
My desk is fuller than ever, and there'll be lots more things coming your way soon.
And Holland Walk is Ben's.
Yes,
brother,
ma'am.
All right.
Next to Miss Avery.
Miss Avery, do you have anything for us this evening?
Nope, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, we were a little more exciting tonight.
Look, you wrote on the tab with your W.
Oh,
Can you fix your W? She signed on top of the tab, and when I pulled the tab off, it took her signature off. Okay.
all right, well
I'll make a
then,
motion to adjourn.
adjourn, and do we need a second, and all in favor? Aye, thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
coming.
Bye.